Welcome to a new update, and today in the second update we'll be discussing a little bit about news as NFTs are going crazy while Ethereum had a fork, and on the third side we've got Kava who's going to be doing a mainnet launch today. So those topics we're diving into Kava in the price action currently as it's waking up. More altcoins are waking up while Bitcoin is still consolidating beneath resistance. A very narrow range, so the direction is still uncertain at this point. But before that, I want to give you a small thank you as I've got my YouTube Silver Award today for reaching 100k subscribers. Took me about 4 months before I got it, but I finally have it. I'm very, very happy for receiving this award. And that's only because of you becoming a subscriber to my YouTube channel. It went quite fast. But I'm very, very thank you and pleased for having you on this YouTube channel. The post on Instagram will be in the description beneath. There you can find some background on me. And I hope I can be giving you some top quality content still in the coming years to come. And just building this channel further towards the next level. And this is just a small achievement. So thank you again for bringing it to me by becoming a subscriber of my YouTube channel. So, when we are getting towards the news today, the first topic that I wanted to discuss is the insane amount of money going through NFTs. The concept of NFTs is obviously the future. I mean, there's still a big layer in it. However, what's happening recently is just completely mania, comparable with the ICO craze in 2017. I'm not really fancying what's happening right now. But it's cool to see all those NFTs going absolutely mayhem. Because of that, OpenSea is currently reaching or passing 3 billion in monthly volume. It's 3 billion in 1 month on NFTs. It might be NFT summer as well. Not only OpenSea is increasing, but the entire market is doing absolutely wonderful, in which thousands of new customers are coming in on the platform as well. And it might be even growing as fast as Coinbase at this point, as Coinbase had those numbers as well a few years back. So 3 billion, massive milestone for OpenSea. And then we've got a hack earlier, or at least a bug earlier in the weekend, resulting in a fork on Ethereum. Didn't really give any damage at all, but a bug affecting all the versions of a major Ethereum client is causing those nodes to split from the main network. And not only Ethereum was affected by it, but also Binance Smart Chain and Huobi Eco Chain was also affected by this. Polygon wasn't affected by this actual event. And as you see on the price action, also on social media, the actual impact was not really that high. It didn't give any big impacts at all. And in the end, the bug was found in an audit of Telos EVM, the version of the Ethereum virtual machine running on the Telos blockchain. So the bug is fixed at this point. But it's always scary to see such a fork happening, or at least a bug happening. And it also shows that we're still at a very early stage of the markets. Then finally, as I concluded, Kava launching a rebranded product portfolio. That's a big day for Kava at this point. They are going to be introducing Kava Mint, Kava Land and Kava Swap protocols. If you want to learn more about that, then you probably have to check out the Medium the Medium page of Kava. But today they are launching their the next upgrade, which is great, and therefore it's leading to the fact that Kava is doing nice on the price action. And not only Kava is doing great at this point, there are multiple altcoins doing absolutely wonderful. Tomorrow I'll be making a top altcoins for September, while September historically is always a corrective month, or at least not showing too much strength. I'm still going to dive into some altcoins that you should be looking at for the month of September. Kava at this point against USDT shows, like many altcoins are doing right now, might be a little bit over exhausted, but when you're looking at the Bitcoin pair of many of those altcoins, you can see that they are just waking up. Kava has seen a long accumulation period with higher lows, higher highs, in which we can currently conclude that we are back above the 100-day and 200-day MA. What you want to see is that we sustain above green, and if that happens, we can just continue running. And at some point, this entire vertical move or parabolic move that we're going to have is going to advance even further upwards. So having a retest of those all-time highs is pretty much the expectation for Kava at this point. But do you want to buy at this level right now? I think you want to still search for support resistance flips that give you a valid point of interest to enter on. At this stage, I think it's a little bit too tricky to actually take the entry. But there's also another one being way more tricky than Kava at this stage, which is Fantom. I've stated that I wanted to, this one went wrong. This didn't happen, but I stated that I wanted to look for an entry around this level here, which is a support resistance flip. I think I've shared this a week ago on Fantom. We beautifully got all the way there. I think I wouldn't be filled all the way in this position, but we do see that Fantom is accelerating nicely. Does it show for you that you should be entering FTM at this point? Well, I think the chart itself shows you that you shouldn't. So in these run-ups, you can see that we had heavy corrective moves back down. So based on this chart, the only level that you're looking at for any point of interest at this stage on the daily time frame is 1175 sets. That is the only point of interest if you want to scalp any trade. The second one is the level that we have around 860 sets. Then also, if you want to start scalping on Kava, this is definitely not a point of interest. But if you want to look for an entry, I think you're looking at 1400 to 1500 sets. But hey, it's in a bull cycle, so I am assuming that if these levels hold, we're going to see an explosion to the upside. Looking at Bitcoin at this stage, and I'm getting the wrong chart at this point, is that we're looking at 51k as still a resistance point, right? I've discussed it this morning, and there's nothing really changed. We potentially even have a bearish divergence. And at this point, we want to clearly get back to support or above support at this stage. So this means that the level to break is this entire area. If we crack 48 plus, I think we are again looking for a test of the liquidity above the recent high. And while right now we can see that we're dipping almost into support again, but we are consolidating below 48k. I want to see a clear flip there, and that would assume that we can test the high once again. Would that mean that we're going to see another expansion to the upside at this stage? I don't think so. I think we might be getting into a further corrective move before we are going to continue moving to the upside. And I also earlier concluded that flipping 51k, that is the breaker for me to go through. So, small update today. Ethereum was forked, nothing happened. Kava is launching their next upgrade. OpenSea hits 3 billion. Bitcoin not doing too much. Fantom going crazy, not an entry point right now. And I've received my YouTube award. So thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe beneath, and I'll see you again tomorrow for a fresh new update.